As the freed villagers celebrated their reunion, Mia and her friends knew their mission was still unfinished. Zorak might have retreated, but they knew he would return with greater force. Jake, Alex, Lily, and Mia gathered quietly, discussing their next steps away from the crowd. "We must prepare," Alex said firmly, looking serious. "Zorak won't give up easily. He'll come back stronger." Mia nodded in agreement, worry filling her eyes. "He has more soldiers," she warned softly. "He controls many areas." Lily placed a comforting hand on Mia's shoulder. "We'll face this together. Your people are strong, Mia. So are we." Mia took a deep breath, feeling encouraged by Lily's confidence. Jake spoke gently, determined and calm. "We'll help the villagers. Find safety. Then we'll stand united against Zorak." They quickly returned to the gathered villagers, carefully explaining the need to move to a safer place. Kira and the others understood the urgency and agreed without hesitation. As the villagers moved together, Mia guided them toward an area hidden deep within the forest. It was a secret place known only to her people, a place that offered protection from Zorak's forces. The journey was slow, as many villagers were tired and weak, but their spirits remained high. Mia walked closely with Kira, helping those who struggled along the way. Jake, Alex, and Lily moved tirelessly, assisting anyone in need. Their kindness and strength continued to inspire Mia, and she felt deeply grateful for their presence. By evening, they reached a hidden area, a beautiful, quiet clearing protected by dense trees and high rocks. The villagers immediately felt safer, settling in and began to organize themselves. Mia felt relieved seeing their comfort, knowing her people had found temporary peace. As night fell, the group gathered around a small fire to discuss their strategy against Zorak. Jake spoke first, his voice strong and reassuring. "We've seen how Zorak works," Jake explained calmly. "He controls through fear and strength. We must show him that kindness and unity are more powerful." Mia watched the villagers closely, seeing their resolve grow stronger with every word. Kira stepped forward, agreeing with Jake firmly. "Mia and the humans have shown us true courage." Kira said softly, "We must stand together now, united as one." The villagers murmured their agreement, determination shining in their eyes. Plans were quickly made to build defenses and organize a watch system to keep everyone safe. Throughout the night, Mia helped with preparations, guided by the strength of Jake, Alex, and Lily. She felt proud seeing her people united, working closely with their new human friends. The bond they shared gave Mia hope, knowing their unity was their greatest strength. Early the next morning, loud noises disrupted their peaceful camp. Zorak had returned as expected, leading many soldiers toward their hidden location. Villagers immediately took their positions, ready to protect their home and each other. Mia stood bravely beside Jake, watching Zorak's approach carefully. Her heart raced, but she felt stronger than ever. Zorak stopped a short distance away, anger clear on his face. "You've chosen the wrong side, humans," Zorak shouted angrily. "This weakness will destroy you all." Alex stepped forward calmly, unfazed by Zorak's threats. "There's nothing weak about kindness and courage," he replied firmly. "Your cruelty ends today." Zorak laughed harshly, signaling his soldiers to attack. The battle began quickly, villagers bravely defending their home. Mia fought alongside her friends, helping to protect those she loved. Their strength, bravery, and unity were clear for all to see. During the fight, Mia saw Zorak moving directly toward Jake, his expression fierce and threatening. Fear surged in her heart, but she quickly pushed it aside. Mia moved swiftly, placing herself bravely between Jake and Zorak. "Stop, Zorak!" Mia shouted boldly. "You've caused enough pain." Zorak paused, surprised by Mia's bravery and determination. Jake stood beside her, prepared to defend her. Zorak hesitated briefly, uncertainty filling his eyes. Behind Mia and Jake, villagers stood together, strong and unified. Mia spoke again, calmly and clearly. "Your cruelty can't defeat our unity. Leave us in peace." Zorik stared hard at Mia, realizing the strength and courage she now possessed. Finally, his expression softened, his shoulders slumping slightly. Perhaps you're right, Zorik muttered bitterly. This battle is lost. Slowly, Zorik signaled his soldiers to retreat, moving away from the clearing. Relief flooded Mia's heart. As she watched their departure, the villagers cheered, filled with joy and pride in their successful defense. Mia turned to Jake, her eyes bright with gratitude and relief. He smiled warmly, clearly proud of her bravery. You were amazing, Mia, he praised gently. Your courage saved us all. Mia blushed slightly, grateful but humble. We did it together, she whispered softly. Jake nodded warmly, agreeing completely. Together, humans and aliens had faced their greatest threat and emerged victorious. As the villagers celebrated their victory, Mia, Jake, Alex, and Lily gathered quietly once more, reflecting on their achievements. We've accomplished so much, Lily said gently, smiling warmly at Mia. Your people have shown great strength and unity, Alex added firmly. It's been an honor fighting alongside you. Mia felt deeply touched by their words. She knew her people were forever changed by the humans' kindness and bravery. We'll never forget your courage, Mia said softly, eyes shining with gratitude. You've taught us the power of kindness and unity. Jake smiled warmly, placing a gentle hand on Mia's shoulder. You've taught us just as much, Mia. Mia felt tears of happiness filling her eyes. The friendship and unity they had formed were powerful and lasting. Together, they had achieved peace and freedom, overcoming cruelty with kindness and bravery. Mia knew their journey wasn't entirely over. Challenges would always remain, but now her people had the strength and unity to face anything. And she had friends by her side, friends who had risked everything to help her and her people. Mia looked around at her people celebrating, feeling deep joy and pride. She knew that together, united and brave, they could face any future with confidence and hope. Their friendship and unity were stronger than any cruelty or fear, bringing them peace at last. Mia woke early, sensing a quiet energy in their camp. Everyone was busy preparing for their next move. Kira gently spoke with the villagers, organizing them carefully. Mia stood up, stretching her limbs, feeling stronger with each passing day. Jake was nearby, carefully checking his supplies, and she moved closer to join him. Good morning, Mia, Jake greeted softly, smiling warmly. Did you sleep well? Yes, very well, Mia replied, returning his smile. She felt safe whenever he was. Around. Alex and Lily soon joined them, serious but calm. Alex had been thinking deeply about their next steps, and he spoke quietly to Jake, Mia, and Lily. We must make a careful plan, Alex explained gently. We need to help the rest of Mia's people, but we can't risk being captured. Mia felt a sense of urgency and concern. The fortress is strong, she warned quietly, but I can help guide you. I know the weak places. Jake looked at Mia seriously. Are you sure you want to go back there? Mia nodded firmly. My people need help. I know the fortress well. Please, let me help. The humans exchanged thoughtful glances. Lily smiled gently, showing her support. Mia knows the fortress better than anyone. She can help us greatly. Finally, Alex agreed. Okay, Mia. We'll follow your guidance, but we must be very careful. The group quickly gathered around to plan their strategy. Mia described Zorak's fortress carefully, detailing where the soldiers were usually stationed and where the weakest points could be found. There's a small entrance on the side, Mia explained softly. It's hidden behind large bush and rarely guarded. We can enter there, Alex nodded thoughtfully. That sounds promising. We can use that entrance. Jake touched Mia's shoulder, gently reassuring her. We trust you, Mia. We'll do this together. Mia felt encouraged and grateful. Soon, Kira approached with several strong villagers, offering to help with the rescue. We can help distract the guards, Kira suggested calmly. That way, your group can enter more safely. Alex considered Kira's offer carefully, then agreed. Your distraction will give us the best chance. Just be careful. Mia felt proud of her people, their bravery shining through despite the danger. The plan was set, and soon the group was ready to move. Quietly, they made their way through the thick forest, careful to avoid noise that might attract attention. After several hours of careful travel, they finally reached the outskirts of Zorak's fortress. The structure loomed large and intimidating, dark walls stretching high above them. Mia's heart pounded nervously, but she took comfort in her friend's steady presence. Kira and the villagers moved away silently, preparing their distraction. Mia and her human companions waited, hidden behind trees, watching the fortress carefully. The silence around them was tense and heavy. Soon, loud shouts and noises erupted near the front gates. Zorak's soldiers quickly ran toward the commotion, leaving their positions unguarded. Now, Alex whispered urgently. Mia guided the group quickly toward the hidden entrance she described. She moved swiftly, knowing exactly where to go. Behind thick bush, she revealed the small doorway. Alex quickly opened it, and they entered the fortress unnoticed. Inside, the halls were dim and cold. Mia's memories of her captivity filled her with unease, but she pushed her fears aside, focusing on their mission. She quietly led the group through winding passages. Carefully avoiding the remaining guards, they reached the prison area where many of Mia's people were still chained and suffering. Seeing their pain renewed Mia's determination. Quickly, Jake and Alex began freeing the prisoners, breaking locks and removing chains with practiced efficiency. Lily helped comfort and guide the newly freed aliens, reassuring them with gentle words and calm gestures. Mia felt deep gratitude, seeing her people treated with kindness after so much cruelty. Suddenly, footsteps echoed loudly down the hall. The group froze, hearts racing with sudden fear. Zorak himself appeared, flanked by armed soldiers. His expression was fierce and cruel. You thought you could escape? Zorak growled angrily. No one leaves my fortress alive. Mia trembled slightly, but Jake stepped bravely forward, standing protectively in front of her and the others. Your cruelty won't win, Zorak, Jake said firmly. These people deserve freedom, Zorak laughed harshly. Your kindness makes you weak, human. You'll pay for interfering. The soldiers stepped forward, weapons ready. Jake, Alex, and Lily stood their ground, prepared to defend their new friends. Stop! Mia shouted suddenly, surprising even herself with her bravery. She stepped forward beside Jake, facing Zorak directly. You've hurt us long enough, Zorak. We won't let you harm anyone. Else, Zorak stared at Mia, startled by her defiance. The soldiers hesitated, uncertain. Mia felt courage surge within her, strengthened by her friend's presence. Mia is right, Lily spoke confidently, stepping beside Mia. Your cruelty ends here. Alex joined them, calm and firm. Leave now, Zorak. Your fortress has fallen. Zorak's eyes narrowed angrily, but uncertainty flashed briefly in his expression. The freed prisoners stood behind Mia and her friends, showing united strength. Finally, Zorak stepped back, realizing he was outnumbered and weakened. He scowled fiercely but chose retreat, disappearing with his soldiers into the shadows. Relief filled the room. Mia turned to Jake, her eyes filled with gratitude and admiration. The humans had shown immense bravery, standing firm against Zorak's threats. Thank you, Mia whispered softly, deeply moved. You were incredibly brave, Jake replied warmly, pride evident in his voice. Your courage saved everyone. Mia smiled, shyly, touched by his words. Quickly, they gathered the freed prisoners, carefully leaving the fortress before more soldiers could return. Outside, Kira and the villagers waited anxiously. Joy erupted when they saw Mia and the others emerge safely, accompanied by those who had been in prison. Tears and laughter filled the air as families reunited and friendships strengthened. Mia stood quietly beside Jake, watching her people with joy and relief. The humans had given them hope, courage, and freedom. We did it, Mia said softly, looking up at Jake gratefully. Yes, Jake replied gently, smiling warmly. Together, Mia felt her heart fill with happiness. She knew their journey was far from over, but together they had already achieved something incredible. Their friendship and unity had changed everything, giving her people a chance for peace and a brighter future. Early the next morning, Mia woke feeling refreshed and stronger. The warm glow of sunrise filled their hidden resting place. Jake, Alex, and Lily were already preparing for their journey, quietly packing and checking their equipment. Mia watched them for a moment, grateful for their presence and friendship. "Ready to go?" Jake asked softly, offering Mia a gentle smile. Mia nodded, standing up carefully. Her wounds were healing, and she felt steadier on her feet. Lily handed Mia some food, encouraging her to eat quickly so they could leave soon. Mia ate gratefully, feeling the nourishment strengthen her. Soon after, the group quietly left their hiding spot and began moving along the path Lily had suggested the night before. They walked carefully, aware that Zorak soldiers could still be searching nearby. The forest was dense and quiet, only the occasional sound of birds and rustling leaves breaking the silence. Mia walked beside Lily, appreciating the kindness and gentle strength of the human woman. Lily noticed Mia's quietness and offered her a warm, comforting smile. "You're brave, Mia," Lily said softly. "We're glad you're with us." Mia smiled shyly, feeling warmth in her heart. "Thank you, Lily," she replied quietly. "I'm grateful you're all here." As they walked, Alex kept watch at the front, constantly alert for any signs of danger. Jake walked behind them, carefully ensuring they weren't followed. The group moved swiftly but cautiously, determined to reach their safe location before nightfall. Around midday, they reached a small clearing near a gentle stream. Alex signaled for the group to stop and rest briefly. Mia sat down, drinking water from the stream, enjoying the refreshing taste. Jake joined her, filling his own water container. "How do you feel?" Jake asked, his eyes gentle with concern. "Better," Mia answered, smiling softly. "Stronger every day." Jake nodded approvingly, relieved to see Mia regaining her strength. As they rested, Alex studied his map again, carefully planning their next steps. Lily stayed close, alert to their surroundings, her eyes scanning the trees and bush for any threats. Suddenly, the quiet was broken by the sound of branches snapping nearby. Everyone froze, hearts racing with sudden fear. Alex motioned silently for the group to stay hidden, crouching low among the trees. Maya held her breath, eyes wide with worry. Through the trees, several figures appeared, moving slowly and carefully. Mia recognized them immediately, her heart filling with both joy and anxiety. They were others from her village, some injured, all exhausted. Relief and sadness mixed in Mia's heart. "It's okay," Mia whispered urgently to Jake. "They're my people. They're friends." Jake hesitated only briefly before stepping out carefully, making his presence known. The other aliens stopped immediately, wary and cautious. Mia quickly joined Jake, standing where they could be seen clearly. "It's Mia!" A familiar voice called out, filled with relief and joy. The villagers quickly approached, surrounding Mia with warmth and happiness. Tears flowed freely as friends hugged and comforted each other. Mia felt overwhelmed by the emotion of the reunion. "We thought we'd lost you forever," an elderly alien named Kira said softly, gently embracing Mia. "Jake saved me," Mia explained, gratefully gesturing to her human friends. "They've all helped me escape." The villagers turned to Jake, Alex, and Lily, eyes filled with gratitude and curiosity. Kira stepped forward, speaking gently. "Thank you for helping Mia," Kira said warmly. "We didn't think anyone could escape Zorak's cruelty." Jake nodded respectfully. "We're glad we found her," he replied softly. "But it's still dangerous. We must move quickly." Kira agreed, turning to her fellow villagers. "Mia is right. We must keep moving. Zorak's soldiers won't stop looking for us." The expanded group moved together, their pace slower but still steady. Mia stayed close to Kira, relieved to see her mentor and friend again. As they walked, Kira shared stories of what had happened after Mia's capture. Zorak's soldiers attacked the village again, Kira explained sadly. Many were taken, others scattered. We've been hiding and moving constantly. Mia felt deep sorrow hearing the suffering of her people. Her resolve to help grew stronger, determined. To see her village free from Zorak's cruelty. As evening approached, Alex guided them to the safe location marked on his map, a hidden area protected by thick trees and rocky terrain. They settled quickly, tired but relieved to find safety. For the night, Jake, Alex, and Lily worked efficiently, setting up a small camp and ensuring everyone had food and water. Around the small fire, villagers shared their stories and plans quietly. Mia listened closely, impressed by their bravery and determination. Kira spoke softly, gratitude evident in her voice. Without Mia's rescue and your help, Kira addressed the humans, we'd still be scattered and afraid. You've given us hope. Jake smiled gently. We'll do everything we can to help you and your people. Mia watched quietly, deeply moved. She knew the humans' kindness had given her people hope when they needed it most. The villagers spoke softly, feeling safer and stronger because of their new friends. As the night grew darker, Mia found herself sitting beside Jake, staring into the flames. She felt deeply grateful for his presence, his kindness, and bravery. She turned to him, her eyes serious but warm. You've saved us, Jake, Mia whispered softly. You've given us hope again. Jake gently shook his head, his voice humble and sincere. You've always had hope, Mia. We just helped you see it. Mia smiled softly, knowing his words were true. She had found courage she didn't know she possessed, inspired by Jake and his friends. Together, humans and aliens had formed an unbreakable bond of friendship, united in their goal of freedom and peace. As Mia drifted to sleep that night, comforted by the presence of her friends and fellow villagers, she felt deep hope and determination. The challenges ahead were clear, but Mia knew they could face anything together. Their unity, kindness, and bravery had already overcome so much, and Mia knew that together they could overcome anything. Morning sunlight gently filled the cave, waking Mia from her peaceful sleep. She blinked slowly, feeling rested for the first time since her capture. Beside her, Jake, Alex, and Lily were already awake, quietly preparing their belongings. Mia watched them curiously, appreciating their teamwork and calm determination. Good morning, Lily greeted her warmly, noticing Mia awake. Did you sleep well? Mia nodded shyly, stretching carefully. Yes, thank you, she replied softly. Grateful for the kindness Lily had shown. Jake handed Mia some fresh fruit and water. We should eat quickly, he explained gently. We need to keep moving to stay ahead of Zorak's soldiers. Mia took the food gratefully, feeling stronger with each bite. After finishing, the group quickly packed their belongings and left the safety of the cave, stepping back into the vast forest. Their journey continued quietly, each of them alert to any possible danger around them. As they traveled, Mia shared more details about Zorak's fortress, hoping it could help her new friends plan their next steps. She described the tall walls and heavily guarded entrances, explaining how Zorak controlled his prisoners and kept them fearful. Many of my people are still inside, Mia said sadly. They need help. Jake exchanged glances with Alex and Lily. He could see their determination mirrored in their eyes. We'll find a way to help them, he promised Mia. You're not alone in this fight. Mia felt hope rise again, inspired by their courage. Their kindness made her determined to help them, however she could. They continued walking through the forest, carefully navigating around large trees and dense bush. Suddenly, Alex stopped, raising a cautious hand. The group halted immediately, their eyes wide with concern. Mia held her breath, trying not to make any noise. From somewhere close by, they heard faint voices. Hide quickly, Alex whispered urgently. They swiftly moved into thick bush, crouching low and holding their breaths. Mia's heart raced as she listened closely, recognizing the harsh voices of Zorak's soldiers. They were searching nearby, their footsteps loud and heavy. "She must be close," one soldier said angrily. "Keep looking. Zorak won't tolerate failure." Mia trembled slightly, fear gripping her tightly. Jake reached out, gently squeezing her hand to comfort her. The gesture gave Mia strength, helping her stay calm and quiet. Minutes felt like hours. As they waited silently, hardly daring to breathe, finally the voices faded away and the soldiers moved off in another direction. The group stayed hidden for several more minutes, ensuring it was safe before slowly emerging from their hiding place. "That was too close," Lily whispered, clearly shaken. "We must be more careful," Alex warned softly. "They're determined to find Mia," Jake nodded solemnly. "We'll take a different path," he suggested, glancing toward Mia reassuringly. They chose a new route, carefully moving deeper into the forest, staying alert and quiet. Mia stayed close to Jake, comforted by his calm presence. Despite the danger, she felt safer knowing they were all together. As they walked, Mia felt the need to understand more about her rescuers. "Why are you helping me?" she asked softly, looking toward Jake. Jake smiled gently, considering his answer carefully. "We believe everyone deserves freedom and kindness," he explained simply. "It's wrong to see others suffer." Mia felt her heart warm at his words. Lily stepped closer, adding softly, "We hope one day peace and kindness will be common everywhere, not just in a few places." Mia nodded thoughtfully, deeply touched. Their words filled her with determination. She decided she would do whatever she could to help them achieve their goals. Later, as the sun began setting again, the group found a safe place to rest for the night, hidden among large rocks and thick trees. They ate quietly, discussing their next steps in soft voices. Mia listened carefully, impressed by their planning and bravery. Alex took out a small map, laying it carefully on the ground. "We're here." He pointed to a spot in the forest. "We need to move to this location," he continued, pointing to a marked area. "It's safer and harder for Zorak's soldiers to reach." Jake nodded, carefully studying the map. Mia watched intently, memorizing details. She wanted to be helpful, to contribute to their efforts. "This path looks best," Lily suggested, tracing a route with her finger. "Fewer guards and easier terrain." Alex agreed. "Good idea. We'll head there at dawn." Mia felt relieved knowing they had a clear plan. As night deepened, the group settled quietly. Mia lay awake for a while, reflecting on everything that had happened. She felt deep gratitude for her rescuers. Their kindness and bravery had changed everything. Jake noticed Mia still awake and quietly moved beside her. "Are you all right?" he whispered gently. Mia nodded, looking at him with sincere appreciation. "Yes, thanks to you and your friends." "We're your friends now, too," Jake replied softly, smiling warmly. "And we won't leave you behind." Mia felt tears of gratitude fill her eyes again. She knew she was no longer alone. This human had shown her kindness she never thought possible. "Thank you, Jake," Mia whispered. "I promise I'll help however I can." Jake smiled again, reassuring. "And kind. You already have," he replied gently. "Now rest. We have another long day ahead." Mia closed her eyes, comforted by Jake's presence. She fell asleep quickly, feeling safe and protected by the humans who had risked everything to help her. She knew many challenges still awaited, but for the first time in a long while, Mia felt hope burning brightly in her heart. Mia and Jake moved quietly through the dense forest, their feet softly stepping on the leaves and branches covering the ground. Mia still felt weak from the many days she had spent in chains. Her body ached, but she was determined not to slow down. Jake kept close by her side, his eyes always scanning their surroundings, ready for any sign of danger. The forest was beautiful, but unfamiliar to Mia. She had never ventured far from her village before her capture, and everything around her felt new and strange. Tall trees with thick leaves blocked most of the sunlight, making the forest cool and dim. Occasionally, small creatures would scurry away as they passed, startled by their sudden presence. "How are you feeling, Mia?" Jake asked softly, noticing her struggle. Mia offered a weak smile. "I'm okay," she whispered, though her voice was tired. "Thank you, Jake, for helping me." Jake smiled gently in return. "You don't need to thank me. I couldn't leave you there. No one deserves to be treated like that." As they continued their journey, Mia shared with Jake more about her life and her people. She described her village, a peaceful place filled with kind and gentle beings. She talked about how her people loved nature and lived in harmony with their surroundings. Sadness filled her voice as she spoke about the day Zorak soldiers attacked, capturing many villagers and destroying homes. "Zorak believes that strength and power are all that matter," Mia explained quietly. "He thinks kindness is weakness." Jake listened carefully, his heart heavy with sympathy. "On my planet, there are also people like Zorak," he said softly, "but many others believe kindness is the greatest strength." Mia felt comforted by Jake's words. They continued onward, pushing deeper into the forest. Soon, they found a quiet spot near a small stream. Jake decided it was safe enough to rest for a short time. He helped Mia sit comfortably by the water, gently assisting her. "Drink," Jake encouraged softly, cupping fresh water from the stream in his hands for Mia. Mia gratefully sipped the cool water, feeling refreshed. She noticed Jake studying her wounds with concern. "Let me help," Jake offered, gently cleaning Mia's injured wrists and ankles where the chains had caused deep cuts. Mia winced slightly, but stayed still, trusting him. Jake carefully bandaged her wounds with pieces of clean cloth he carried in his pack. "Thank you," Mia whispered again, deeply touched by his kindness. "We'll rest here a little," Jake said calmly, sitting beside Mia. "Then we'll move on. My friends, Alex and Lily, will be waiting. They'll help us." Mia felt relieved knowing there were others like Jake, willing to help her. But she was still nervous about meeting new people. The cruelty of Zorak's soldiers had made her cautious. She hoped Jake's friends were just as kind as he was. They rested quietly, listening to the gentle sounds of the forest. Birds chirped softly in the trees above, and the stream flowed peacefully beside them. Mia felt safer than she had in a long time, comforted by the presence of the gentle human who had rescued her. After a short rest, they resumed their journey. Mia felt stronger after drinking and resting, and her steps were more confident. Jake guided her carefully, his steady presence reassuring. As they walked, Mia asked Jake about his home. Curious to know more about Earth and humans, Jake described Earth, sharing stories about his family and friends, about the many cultures and beautiful places. Mia listened intently, fascinated by the new knowledge. Hearing about Earth helped distract her from her fears and pain, giving her strength. As they approached the clearing, Jake stopped suddenly, raising his hand in caution. Mia froze, her heart racing with fear. She heard the faint sound of footsteps nearby, coming closer. Jake stood protectively in front of Mia, ready to face any threat. "Jake!" a soft voice called quietly from the trees. Relief washed over Jake's face as two figures appeared. It was Alex and Lily, his fellow explorers. "Alex, Lily?" Jake greeted warmly, his tension easing. Alex and Lily approached carefully, noticing Mia standing shyly behind Jake. "Who is this?" Lily asked gently, smiling at Mia. "This is Mia," Jake explained. "I found her imprisoned by Zorax soldiers. She needs our help." Mia felt nervous as Alex and Lily studied her, but their kind expressions reassured her quickly. Lily approached slowly, offering Mia a warm smile. "You're safe now, Mia," Lily said softly. "We'll protect you." Mia felt tears forming in her eyes again, this time from gratitude. These humans had shown her more kindness in a short time than she had experienced in weeks. Jake gently touched Mia's shoulder, giving her support. "We need to get moving," Alex said, his voice serious. "Zorak soldiers will be searching for her." The group moved swiftly, staying alert. Alex led them confidently, knowing the area well. Mia felt safer now, surrounded by humans who were kind and brave. She knew the journey ahead would be challenging, but she no longer felt alone. As evening approached, the group found shelter in a hidden cave, safe from view. Jake built a small fire to keep them warm. Sitting near the flickering flames, Mia felt comforted by the warmth and the company. Lily shared food from their supplies, encouraging Mia to eat and regain her strength. Mia ate slowly, savoring the nourishment she had long been denied. As they ate, Jake, Alex, and Lily discussed their plan to safely get Mia away from Zorak's reach. Mia listened quietly, grateful for their determination and bravery. As the fire burned low, Mia felt her eyelids growing heavy with exhaustion. She lay down, curled comfortably near the fire. For the first time in many days, Mia felt safe and protected. The gentle voices of the humans around her lulled her into peaceful sleep, hope growing stronger in her heart. On a planet far from Earth, named Luna, darkness filled the small cage where Mia was chained. She had been there for many long days and nights, unable to move freely. Heavy chains around her wrists and ankles caused constant pain. Mia had done nothing wrong, yet the aliens who captured her believed she was dangerous. They treated her badly, giving her little food and water, barely enough to survive. Each passing day drained her strength and hope. Mia belonged to a gentle race of aliens who lived peacefully, never harming others. But Zorak, the cruel ruler of Luna, saw her kindness weak and decided they were easy targets. Zorak's guards hunted and imprisoned many of Mia's people. Mia remembered clearly the day she was caught. She had been gathering fruits in the peaceful forest near her village when Zorak's soldiers ambushed her. They captured her quickly, chaining her and locking her away without mercy. In a dark cage, Mia often thought about her family and friends. She worried about them constantly, fearing they might also have been captured or harmed. Tears flowed quietly down her cheeks each night. Mia felt alone and afraid, unsure if she would ever see the sunlight or feel freedom again. One quiet morning, while Mia sat quietly in her cage, footsteps echoed outside the dark cell. Mia felt her heart race in fear. The guards always meant more pain, and she was already weak from hunger and mistreatment. But the footsteps sounded different this time, lighter and gentler than usual. Mia's curiosity grew stronger than her fear, and she peered through the bars. Mia saw a figure enter the room, wearing clothing that was unfamiliar to her. The visitor was tall and walked with caution, as if trying not to be heard. He was not one of Zorak's guards, Mia realized immediately. Instead, he looked kind and gentle, different from any creature she had seen before. It was Jake, a human explorer who had arrived on Luna a few days earlier. Jake had come from Earth, a planet very far from Luna. He and his friends were exploring new worlds, seeking knowledge and friendship. Jake had become separated from his group and stumbled upon Zorak's fortress by accident. He had heard rumors about the cruel ruler, but seeing the dark prison with his own eyes made his heart heavy with sadness. As Jake looked around carefully, his eyes caught Mia's gaze through the bars. He was shocked and saddened by the condition she was in. Mia looked tired and weak, her eyes wide with fear, but also filled with hope. Jake felt a strong urge to help her. Carefully, he approached the cage and spoke softly, making sure no one else would hear. "Don't be afraid," Jake whispered gently. "My name is Jake. I won't hurt you. I want to help." Mia stared at Jake, unsure if she could trust him. But the kindness in his voice and eyes made her heart feel lighter for the first time in a very long time. She nodded slowly, showing him that she understood. Jake quickly checked the chains on the cage door. They were strong, but Jake had brought tools from Earth. With careful movements, he began working to break the lock. Mia watched nervously, her heart beating faster with every sound the tools made. She knew if the guards hurt them, both she and Jake would face great danger. Minutes felt like hours as Jake worked. Finally, with a small click, the lock broke free. Mia could hardly believe it. Her cage door opened slowly, the heavy creaking sound echoing softly. Jake reached out his hand to Mia. "Come on," he said quietly, offering a gentle smile. "We need." To hurry, Mia moved slowly, her body stiff and sore from being chained for so long. Her legs shook as she stood up, but Jake's hand steadied her. His warmth and strength made her feel safer. Together, they moved quietly, escaping the dark prison. Room dot as they walked carefully down the hallway, Jake kept watchful eyes for any guards. He held Mia's hand tightly, guiding her and reassuring her silently. Mia felt hopeful, but also very frightened. They were not free yet, and danger still surrounded them. Soon, they reached an open door leading to the outside. Fresh air and faint sunlight filled Mia's senses, nearly overwhelming her after so long in darkness. Tears filled her eyes, this time from relief and joy. Jake squeezed her hand gently, giving her courage. "Just a little more," Jake whispered. "We'll be safe soon." They moved swiftly into the thick forest surrounding Zorak's fortress. Hidden among the trees and bushes, they paused to catch their breath. Mia took deep breaths of fresh air, feeling more alive with each passing moment. Jake watched her with gentle concern. Knowing her journey had just begun, Mia looked at Jake gratefully, her eyes filled with gratitude and trust. She knew she owed her life to this human stranger who risked everything to save her. Together, they began their journey away from the fortress, deeper into the safety of Luna's forest. Mia felt hope blossom in her heart once more, believing that freedom and safety were finally within her reach.